Welcome back to episode 4 of our Circle Island tour. We just left Kailua and now we're heading into Kaneohe. I have to say my favorite video on this channel has been Kaneohe. A close second would be Waimanalo, but just because this is a neighborhood that's so authentic, it is beautiful, but there's really a lot to it. There's a lot that people think they know about Kaneohe, but today we're excited to show you some of the more authentic parts of this community. We're gonna end up in Kahalu. We're gonna see a listing there. We're also gonna grab some food along the way, and we're gonna drive through some of the parts that maybe wouldn't normally be featured on a Kaneohe video. As always, we would love to hear from you, so please leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know some neighborhoods you'd like for us to feature next and what you'd like to know about some of the different neighborhoods. Also, Koa and I are real estate agents here on the island of Oahu, so if we can help you at all with buying or selling, please get in touch with us through the links in the description box. Before we head out, behind me is the Kaneohe Marine Corps base, and this is a very important thing to point out here. Now, like I said, we just left Kailua. This base sits right in between Kaneohe and Kailua, so this whole area tends to be something that's preferred for our service members. Quick overview on Kaneohe. Now, of course, you can reference our Living in Kaneohe video, because that video is so amazing, Yasu. First time holding a goat. Like, you did such a good job, and like, I held the chicken and we like went through all that acreage with our friend, and that was such an amazing video, and just, it was the most beautiful day. So what I'm loving about today is that, you know, it's winter, we've had quite a bit of rain, but this weather right now is typical Kaneohe. Like, it's not normally like blue skies all day long. Morning time, yes, you'll wake up to the most glorious mornings. The Koʻolau Mountains will often have waterfalls from the rain the night before, and then the clouds will roll in as the trade winds pick up and the earth heats up. I don't know, I'm not a meteorologist, but something happens later in the day and the clouds roll in. So this is a typical Kaneohe day. It's normally very wet. So if you're a moisture person and you like this like jungly green feeling, this is gonna be a neighborhood that you wanna live in. My husband loves Kaneohe. My Kauai clients love it here because it is kind of like a neighbor island. Notice I said neighbor island and not outer island, which is so weird because my husband is from Kauai and he still says outer island, and all his friends say outer island. And like, all of our neighbor island friends, like from Hilo and Maui, like they all say outer island, but somewhere along the way that became not pono. Pono is like the Hawaiian word for not being correct, righteous, politically correct, if you would. So I'm really trying hard to say. Outer island people like being excluded. Like, my husband has such pride being from Kauai. Like, to him, it's like, outer island is the best. And then there's like this pride between the other islands. Like, he'll say like, oh, I can tell that guy isn't from Oahu. I can tell he's outer island. And it'll be somebody that's from Maui, you know, so whatever. Kaneohe feels like a neighbor island. It's, you've got mountains, you do have ocean, but it's not a beach town. Very few places are beach towns anyway. Like, Kailua is the quintessential beach town. Hawaii Kai is coastal, but it's not beach town. I've said that a million times. And then Kaneohe is known for the bay. So you've got the sandbar, and there is like boat life, and there's elevated areas of this area where you look at the ocean, but it's really not like you go to the beach here. Like, we just did our opening scene from Waikalua, and that's one of the few places that you can actually like drive up, park. It's a beach, but not really. There's not really sand. It's like pebbles, and it's kind of muddy, a little bit brackish water. So yeah, you've got a mixture of single family homes in Kaneohe. You do get a lot more house here compared to other communities on the island, especially compared to Kailua. It's not as dense, so the lot sizes are typically bigger. You have a lot of townhouses though here, so this is where I really want to drive people through. So right now we're driving through Kaneohe town. We are approaching Windward Mall, and you can kind of see it's a little, for lack of a better word, it's a little grimier through here. I mean, this is like, it's real. This is where you live, and it's, I don't mean grimy in a bad way, but you know, food places are like, you go here because the food is good and you eat. Like, you don't Instagram it. Whereas Kailua, everything's very branded, you know, everything's cute, and like restaurant owners and coffee shop owners are intentional about the brand, intentional about the decor. Whereas here, it's like, oh, you want good food? Okay, here's your good food.
It's like you get what you see.
Yes. So going back to like condos and townhouses, so there's quite a bit of inventory on the market at any given time, especially now because the condo market is soft. Townhouses here are around $600,000. Everything's pretty old, so nothing has been built since like 1990. I think the newest condo development is Healani Gardens, which is in between Kailua and Kaneohe. Those were built in 1990, so that's kind of the newest development, unless somebody can tell me otherwise, just based on what the inventory that I look through on a daily basis and what I just looked at today. Everything has been built like in the late 60s, 70s, maybe early 80s. And then the single family homes, same thing. Everything was kind of like 60s, 70s. You may have some that are older, but really nothing new, and really no space to build anything new. Prices in Kaneohe for single family homes are going to be in that $1.1 million range. So our median home price, you will have, like there's one that just sold for 11 million. Huge.
11 million?
Yes.
Where is that?
That was in Kahalu. You have agriculture, zoning, country zoning, preservation, like you've got all that stuff out here. You do have big homes that are on the water that are going to be multi-million dollars. So yeah, you really got like, I feel like there's actually some like housing for every economic situation here. Like I've had first-time home buyers buy in Kaneohe in townhouses or little condos. And then I've got people that are buying like their second home, not second multiple home, but they've gone from the first-time home buyer into now their single family home. A lot of locals will gravitate towards Kaneohe. So like people will start off saying like, I really want to live in town. And then when I'm like, okay, let's go look in town, and then you can't find anything for $1.1 million in town, they're like, okay, maybe I'll look at Kaneohe. And I kind of can always anticipate that that's gonna happen, you know, just based on their criteria and their lifestyle.
I feel like it's like the perfect balance between living close to kind of town, but also kind of having that country feel.
Totally.
But not completely on the North Shore.
Totally. It really is. Driving around Kaneohe in general is just like beautiful, except for where we just came from, which we should go back there. Because we're supposed to
Where
spend.
are we driving?
We're supposed to. I don't know. I'm just driving, and I'm pumped up today.
Yeah, I can tell you're kind of.
I've got stuff.
You're wired today.
I've got stuff going on in my life personally right now that just have me like. Let's head back into town.
Yeah.
And chat a little bit more, because yeah, it is important that we drive through town, because I don't only want to show what's like lush and beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Like we want to show what's real. So these are some of the townhouses. We actually drove kind of far out from where I meant to go. This happens though, when I show people houses, like I'll be like, I'm sorry, we need to turn around. So this is Hokuloa. These are a lot of the townhouses you'll see on listed for sale at any given time. They have garages. These were built in the 80s, I believe. They're a little bigger, jalousie windows. So, but just the general feeling of Kaneohe is like old Hawaii. It feels like Hawaii. You can go all the way around the island from Kaneohe, like on Kamehameha Highway. Like it goes through to the North Shore or back to Kailua and Waimanalo. But in addition to that, you can drive through the mountains, and there's 3 access ways. So H3, gorgeous freeway. That's the one that's the easiest if you're going to Pearl City, Aiea, or if you have to go out to the west side. And then Like Highway takes you right into Kalihi, right into like central Honolulu. And then the Pali Highway, which is more Kailua side, takes you down into downtown. So yeah, military service members tend to like it here because that commute is pretty easy. Let's go, people. Sorry, go. Please go. We're gonna miss this light.
That was a very rare occasion
I
to
know.
hear people honk.
I know. That's why I was like,
But I think
I'm
it was
sorry.
necessary. That
Like,
one was necessary.
I know.
He was not paying attention.
Valley of the Temples. I don't know if we're catching that, but this is a very beautiful memorial park. And in the back there's this like Buddhist temple. Have you gone, Yasu? Yeah, it's really beautiful. You know, I'm always gonna point a buyer to a particular neighborhood based on their budget, of course, and then lifestyle, which I will say, when I think of lifestyle, I think of things to do. I think of the brand of a community. Kailua is a premier lifestyle neighborhood. North Shore, the lifestyle is surfing, that's surf beach life. Waikiki, there's a certain lifestyle. There's shopping, nightlife, restaurants. Kaka'ako, there's a lifestyle. Hawaii Kai, there's a lifestyle. I can't really pin a lifestyle on this region because to me, the people that I've helped buy here, mostly local, I want to say all local, my Kauai friends and clients have bought here. My clients that grew up in town, who bought a condo, you know, just got married, had their 2 kids living in a condo, wanted to upgrade to a house. They're very Hawaiian, you know, they dance hula, they're healthcare workers. They bought a house here. Another couple, they were living in Kaka'ako, ready to buy a house, also healthcare workers, you know, like in their late 30s, mid to late 30s, I would say, bought their house here. So what I find as far as people stay here. Like they buy their house and it's like, this is my forever home. Okay, welcome to the concrete jungle.
Oh, okay.
Hi Kuhale. You know, so you'll see a lot of these online. Windward Acres. And you'll see the interior photos first, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then you'll see like pictures of the mountains, Hale Ana Ole, you know, like, oh, I want to look at that. And then it's like
Makiki.
it's like Makiki. Like I have driven through here previous to showing clients. Like I'll just take a drive here and I'll stick my iPhone out my sunroof, and I'll be like, this is the street. And they're like, never mind. Not that it, you know, it's not bad. It's like,
It's not what you think it is.
Yes, it's just like, I mean, I've helped people buy in here before because it's like, no, I like it. You can walk to places around here. You've got little restaurants. This is somewhat of an industrial area through here. So yeah, this is a surprise to people sometimes. Okay, I think we should grab some food.
Is it around here?
I think so. Shoot.
What was it again?
Masa and Joyce. I know it's on the right somewhere.
Are you sure? Is it back towards over there?
I think it's this way. This is Masa and Joyce, otherwise known as Masa's. I've never been here. Koa told me I had to come here, so we're listening. Okay, here we go. Ooh, fun. I have my sweet potato, we have ahi wasabi rolls, and a garlic chicken katsu musubi.
Sounds great.
We're gonna eat on the way.
And I think you're going the wrong way.
Oh no. I'm trying to get to the
that next
ocean.
left.
Okay,
Oh, this is gonna take us
sorry.
back.
I think it's fun to talk about how Hawaii drivers, but we were talking about this earlier because I was noticing it when we started, and I have friends who have come here from the mainland that have both on separate occasions asked me, why does everybody back into their stall in Hawaii? And then I asked you, is that like, and you said everybody does that in Japan.
Yeah, it's like standard in Japan.
So is it showing off?
I think
Or-
so. One obvious thing is like you said it, but like just think about when you're leaving, it's easier to get out of your stall. But I think another thing that I saw in Japan was like people are like, well, it's safer to park that way because when you're leaving, you don't have to back out of your stall and you don't have a blind spot there. Like you're less likely to run over a child or something.
That's very considerate.
Right? Yeah.
So we're considerate in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's very
We're not
considerate.
bad drivers.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
considerate. Well, especially in like, I notice in Japan, like you'll have like a convenience store and then you'll have houses.
Yeah.
As opposed to here we have zoning. Kaneohe has that type of thing. Remember just now when we were at the Okazuya and we were looking for parking, and then it's all like industrial, and then there's a parking lot, and then there's like houses.
Right,
And
yeah.
like even right now, we're on like a busy street heading into the town and there's houses around here. This is kind of rare. Like you don't see this in other neighborhoods. Kalihi, yes. You'll have a, okay, I don't want to get in trouble. This town area reminds me of Kalihi in the sense that there's residential living mixed with businesses. It is not like Kalihi, but it's like
In that way.
in that way, like, it's kind of all mixed together. Like I have friends that live right back there behind that Okazuya, and their house is amazing, and like their little cul-de-sac is awesome, and they'll post on Instagram pictures of coffee in the morning with the waterfalls coming off the mountains, but it's like right behind them is like stores and auto shops and
Yeah.
and things, so yeah, you do have that mixture in this area particular. I have other clients that have bought up in a neighborhood called Halekou, which is not far from here, but it's closer to the mountains, so you get that more residential feel as opposed to all this. And that's the thing, like there's a lot of variety here. Like I was saying earlier, like there's places for first-time home buyers, there's places for retirees, there's places for second home, there's places for the middle. Like you kind of have like all kinds of housing.
Is this what Sterling Higo was talking about?
Yes.
Sterling Hing is amazing. I don't know if that podcast will be out before this video or after, but
Something to look forward to.
wow, like just his insights on affordable housing, because that's such a trigger word, and affordable gets lumped into low income,
And the issue is this: affordable for whom?
and those are two different things. And then affordable is also like, well, affordable for who? Who are we talking about? I mean, at this time I can't afford a $5 million home,
Somebody can.
but somebody can. But you do need homes for everybody. Like the cardiologist is going to want the $5 million home.
For those of you wondering what we're talking about, it's our third episode of our podcast that we had. So
Yeah, our first podcast was with my sister about moving to Vegas, which I don't think we meant to do a podcast regularly, but I was just like, I want to talk to my sister because she's like the poster child of people who have moved from Hawaii to Vegas. And she shared a lot of really good insights there. And then our second podcast was with Koa and his journey just in life. And he bought his first house, I think, when he was 22. And that's huge. And then we had Sterling Higa, kind of the voice of affordable housing, young guy, 33, so smart. He really squared a lot of things up for me.
okay, so where are we headed now?
We are headed to a listing in a neighborhood called Ka'alaia, or it's actually pretty close to Kahalu. We're gonna drive along the ocean to get there so that we can. So normally you would go on like Kamehameha Highway,
Where we drove earlier.
where we drove earlier through Temple Valley. So instead we're taking the other way, and this is somewhat of like the bougier area where we're gonna see some bigger houses. I don't mean bougie, because Kaneohe doesn't have a bougie feel. It's very down to earth. Some of the nicest people I've ever known are from here, and they have a lot of pride coming from here, but not like angry pride, Kaneohe is not bougie. Like there's that stigma of kahala. Even Hawaii Kai has a stigma. I don't feel like you have that here. Like, it's very down to earth. Some of the nicest people that I know are from Kaneohe, and there is this deep pride, but it's not like an angry pride, you know? Like, it's like a, where are you from? Oh, from Kaneohe. Oh, yeah. But I feel like there's a lot of turnover in the homes here. Just like, so people will buy their house here, they'll raise their family, and then the kids will kind of like move on and do their thing, buy in town. Sometimes they'll come back. Funny, because Koa and I were having this conversation the other day about certain pockets of neighborhoods where it's like multi-generational. So like the adult kids don't leave the house. And I've experienced it a bit lately where like you'll have like 50-something-year-olds living in the house they grew up in, and then they've inherited the house, which is a beautiful thing. There's definitely like this, I own this place, you know, like this is my street, who are you? You know, like there's a pride or an attitude that comes with that, you know, like you cannot put your fence here. We didn't have a fence here all these years that I grew up, so don't build a fence, you know, like it's interesting. Oh, this is so pretty. So we are in the Ahupua'a of Kahalu right now. Ahupua'a, again, is how the land was divided up way back in the day, and it would be divided from mountain to ocean, ensuring that anybody who lived there had everything that they needed. Like they had food from the mountains, and then they would be able to go and gather at the ocean as well. So I mean, imagine living on the water like this, and just the thoughts of living on the water. Typically it seems very like sophisticated and hoity-toity, but in Kaneohe it's not like that. It's a totally different experience. We're going to a house in Kahalu, and this house has country zoning, meaning that you can only build one house on 1 acre, so there's no like multiple living spaces, like the density remains correct. Not a walkable community, so you know, we'll get people that will say like specifically that they like there's so many things that so many boxes that can be checked living here. I want to be by the ocean, I want to see the ocean, I really like nature, I don't want to see a lot of my neighbors, I need a little bit of convenience, I want a walkable community. I wouldn't call Kaneohe walkable. Oh, wow! We're getting a lot of roundabouts. Bend, Oregon has a lot of roundabouts. It's all roundabouts. And it's supposed to help traffic.
Yes.
So that it flows. There's a very famous song called Kuome o Kahalu, and it's by Jerry Santos. Oh, look at that doggy. He's just sitting in the middle of the road. Doggy, you need to move. You can't just sit there. Why are you sitting there? So this song, I remember days when we were younger. We used to catch o'opu in the mountain stream. So it's written by Jerry Santos. It's the most beautiful song, and he wrote it in his 20s when he left, and he was raised here in Kahalu, and he talks about leaving, and he needed to go. And then he says this line where something about being afraid I won't find you how I left you. And then he says, Me ke aloha kuome o Kahalu, which is like, you know, I have love for my home, Kahalu. So like, I love you, but I have to leave you. It's like sad, but beautiful. Very country, as we say in Hawaii, country. Yeah, I've taken clients back here who have been like, I want to grow things, I want ag land. And then we do it, and then we go and look at the property, and then it's like overwhelming.
It's like this.
And they're like, I just really want a yard.
I just want some yard space.
Just want a yard. I don't know that I can handle acreage. It's almost like Heather's house from the Living in Kaneohe video.
Oh, yeah. Was that in Kahalu?
Was she in Kahalu? Or no, she was in Ahui Manu.
No,
Similar. Temple Valley-ish.
Oh, Temple.
Oh, I'm gonna be on the left, sorry. Oh, right here. We are here to look at this very true Kahalu home. I've got my shoes off because, I mean, at least I wear wedges. It's not like heels that are gonna poke in the ground, but we're in the country. Can't be wearing any heels. I wore my jeans. So this home is about 2,000 square feet. It sits on about an acre of land. It's listed at 1.79 million. You've got incredible views of the mountains. And then this property just, good thing I took my shoes off. It just seems to go. Beautiful. So you see how like people who want land, it could be like very easy to come back here and be like, I don't know what to do with all of this. But you have like little flat areas that you could like chicken coop, I don't know, gazebo, and then it goes way up here and you've got like ferns and tea leaves. Like my hula friends would be so happy because they would be able to come and just grab all the leaves they need for their skirts. My mother-in-law makes beautiful tea leaf lace. She would be awesome. Oh, you've got those heliconias. Like I want to go up there, but.
You want to go check it out?
Okay. I'll have muddy feet, but whatever.
I like your outfit today.
Thank you.
Where's it from? Because people always ask.
You know, so this was like $10 and I got it at a boutique called Posh Hawaii. And her friend does like all of this like resort wear. And so around Christmas time, like I bought a bunch of things like this. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. Okay, so we got houses up here. Country zoning is 1 home per acre, and this is like, I think just under an acre. So you can't technically build another house or other structures, but you can add on to the house below. Wow, Yasu, you gotta turn around.
Oh, wow.
Aw. Can you imagine though, like, if you have kids and animals and like, just like being able to enjoy the land. I love the backsplash. So little thing about this house, if anybody watches Renovation Aloha, that's the team that did this home, and it's listed at 1.79 million. And I'm already very impressed. Oh, very cool, you got like a sunken living room in here. Oh, and a wet bar. Okay, so actually this house is 5 bedrooms. You have 2 bedrooms down here. Split AC everywhere, recessed lighting, everything new. The finishes are really beautiful, and then the full bath. Look at this. I love. That's really cool. You know what's really bad about being a real estate agent? Like I come home and like, love, we should do this to our bathroom and we should do that. Like it's torture. Wow, this is awesome. Okay, so this could be like mother-in-law, because the access, oh, it's nice because you can access it from the front through like the yardway, and they've got like stones to come in here. Or maybe a rental. All this space though, like you don't like see right into your neighbors. The home itself is a little elevated. You have to walk upstairs to get to the front door. But the nice thing about that is that it sets you above so that you're not like being looked in on. Instead, you can look in on other people. Just kidding. Nice, 1. And then we've got bedroom here. And then this is the primary. See, this is very private. Like, nobody looking in on you, and you've got a lovely bathroom here. Renovation Aloha does such an amazing job. Like I can see why their show is such a hit and why people love to watch it. Okay, I saw a staircase. Oh, right here, let's not miss that. Sorry, don't fall. Let's see what's down here. So we have a water closet, shower, toilet, washer, dryer, sink, and then this goes, oh, to the garage. So this is perfect because if you're like working the land and wife is making dinner, or you and wife, or both of you are working the land, and then you come in, you can drop all your dirty stuff, shower, throw it in the washing machine, wash your hands, and then go upstairs and be clean. This is awesome. Please be mindful, Keiki's riding, Ohana walking. That's nice. See, that's very Kaneohe. Like, it's very, people who live on this side of the island are confident and strong. They have that right sense of aloha, where it's like this aloha spirit that is not to be mistaken for weakness. And so that sign was like very sweet with like colors and nice writing and a shaka about driving slow, but it's not like ugly handwriting. Please slow down. Okay, I really need to turn around. Oh gosh.
You want to go down there?
Oh my gosh, what is happening? I don't want to gyp anybody on this video. It really is just a drive-through, but I'm hoping that we're providing some valuable information, although a lot of information was provided on the Living in Kaneohe video.
Yeah, we filmed like...
That was like 6 hours.
7 hours that day?
3 hours were with Heather.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta watch that video. It was so good.
It was so fun, yeah. It was like...
We are gonna round up Kaneohe now. We're gonna head towards Kualoa. Kualoa Ranch, pretty cool place. Locals go there every now and then and enjoy like the zip line, and lots of weddings happen back there. People camp at the beach park by Chinaman's Hat. So we'll end up there, but after, as we continue the Circle Island tour, we will head into the North Shore. So Ka'ava will be probably our first stop, I think, because that's like the first other place outside of Kaneohe. It gets really very rural through there. Laie, Hauula, Kahuku, and then I think we'll probably, maybe we'll finish at Kahuku?
Yeah, and then maybe
And then we'll start the North Shore
North
after
Shore
that.
we can kind of keep into one video.
Yeah.
From, where does it start? Like Turtle Bay?
Yes.
Around there.
Right after Kahuku. This concludes our tour of Kaneohe. Thank you so much for coming along with us. Again, please leave us a comment. I especially love it when we hear from our local friends and family, the ones that are like, hey, Kaneohe, that's where I'm from. And of course, it's always good to hear insights from you as well. Next, we're gonna head into the North Shore, Ka'ava, Hauula, Laie, Kahuku. So hit the notification bell if you wanna know when that video drops. And please let Koa or I know if we can help you in any way with real estate here on Oahu. Thanks again for watching.